I actually remember finding out about the mission creation um, in March of 2013. I think we got a call from some missionaries telling us, "Hey, you elders are gonna get moved to a new mission." And I just remember sitting in the car, like being pretty shocked because I was expecting to finish my mission in Anaheim at that time, but it was definitely also exciting because we didn't really know what was coming. So the mission split. We got half of the Anaheim mission got split off, and half of the Carlsbad mission got split off as well. So the half in Anaheim and half in Carlsbad came together and became the California Irvine mission. And the official start date for that was July 1st of 2013. And our new mission president was President Von Orgel. And I remember the first day of the mission creation, because with the new mission boundaries, the cities that would be in this mission would be Irvine, Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, Mission Viejo, San Clemente, and I think I'm missing a few, but those were like the core of our mission. And I remember Laguna Beach was the place that a lot of missionaries had talked about, but we could never go there because it was outside the mission boundaries. But us as Mandarin-speaking missionaries, we could go like throughout the entire mission. So I remember the first day, my companions and I, we were like, we want to like see what we're gonna be doing like in our mission, like how many Chinese people there are. So we decided to go down to Laguna Beach, and we had lunch there, and then just drove around the different areas to look around and see what types of people we'd be proselyting with and to. And in our mission, in the Irvine mission, the majority of the Mandarin-speaking population, they live in Irvine. I would say maybe over 50% or maybe even over 70% of the people you'll see on the streets in Irvine are Chinese or Asian, of Asian descent. And in the other cities like Laguna Beach or Newport Beach or San Clemente or down further south in Mission Viejo, all of those cities are predominantly more Caucasian or Hispanic. It's pretty rare to find like Asian people down in the southern part of the Irvine mission. So most of our missionary work as Chinese-speaking missionaries was done up in Irvine. And in the Irvine stake, I know that there are around 2,200 members at the time I was there. And in the Irvine mission, there's 6 stakes in total, with each stake having around 2,000 or so members as well. And when I entered into the California Irvine mission, there were, I think, 113 full-time missionaries. And then when I left in August of 2014, there were a little over 200 missionaries. So there was a pretty big leap there because of the age change and also because of the expansion of the area. And the weather in Irvine, I miss it a lot. Being in Utah now, in California, there isn't really a big winter. It might get pretty cold in the 40s or like 30s in the winter. There are times as a missionary where maybe as an elder you'd maybe need a jacket over on top of your suit just to keep warm, but definitely nothing too cold. In the summer it's awesome. It's basically blue skies, no clouds, sunny every single day. So be prepared to get a tan if you are going to the Irvine mission. And a lot of missionaries are on cars because of how big the areas are and how like far apart the members do live. And if you're not on a car, you're mostly on a bike. And there aren't too many walking areas in our mission. And for each ward in the California Irvine mission, mostly there are 2 companionships in each ward, but I'm pretty sure that will change as the number of missionaries fluctuate and as more or less missionaries enter. But that was how it was when I left the mission. In our mission, there's 1 temple within our mission boundaries. We were really lucky, and that was the Newport Beach Temple. Maybe some people will recognize it by the outside of the temple being pink and not white. The reason why it's pink is because the church did receive some complaints from the neighborhood when they were building the temple. They didn't really want a big white building in their neighborhood, so they ended up changing the material that they were going to use on the exterior and used a lighter pinkish color. So it's one of the only temples that is that color. And missionaries do get to go to that temple like every other transfer or every other month, depending on what month it is. So we were really lucky to be able to go to that temple pretty often. And with church history, I don't know too much about the church there, but I do know that the church is growing a lot. I was surprised to see like how many members there were in California, especially in the area that I served in. I would say that the youth in that area are really, really strong. Definitely, if we are doing missionary work there, I would recommend like utilizing the youth and being able to interact and build trust with the youth, because the friends that they have and the core that they have in high school or even in elementary school, those are so crucial, and you can find so much like great things come from it, like miracles we saw many times that came from the youth. And in the area of Irvine specifically, I know that in recent years there's been a huge influx of Chinese immigrants entering into that area. They're building a ton of new homes in the city of Irvine, and I would say more than 80% of the homes that are being sold to people coming from mainland China. So there's going to be a lot of Chinese missionary work being done there, definitely for sure. But the languages that are spoken in the Irvine mission are actually the ones that you can be called there to serve in are Mandarin, Spanish, and English for now. I know that there are a few missionaries that are serving Marshallese speaking. They actually just started a Marshallese branch in the Newport Beach stake, I think 6 months ago. So they are having some Marshallese speaking missionaries being sent there, and hopefully that area can grow and maybe eventually become a ward eventually. And yeah, I think those are the languages. In Irvine, there are a lot of people that are from Korea as well. Korea is the second largest like Asian population after Chinese, I would say.